Summer squash, y'all. That and some okra. That's what we're getting ready to do today. I've got a little garden out here. It's really not that spectacular. It's a raised bed garden. It's a little guy, but it was just something I was getting ready. Got some okra here. I've done picked some squash off here that I'm going to cook tonight. I was just going to show you. We got one right here. Look at her. Got another one right here. I think that one's ready. We're gonna take it in with us. That's what we're gonna cook tonight, y'all. Summer squash. Say hi, Big Bear. Say hi, Big Bear. All right, y'all. Let's get this summer squash on here. See what happens with it. Yellow squash. That's what we're doing. And if you've never ate yellow squash, I'm getting ready to show you how you fry it up. My recipe might be a little bit different than a lot of these other people. They may use a little sugar in theirs. We're just using yellow cornmeal and some salt and pepper, and that's all. But these squash is what I got out of my little raised bed garden, and I'm going to show you how to prepare it. And when you fry it up, it's not really that great for leftovers to like reheat in the microwave or something. So you only want to cut up as much as you're going to eat that night. But we're going to slice it up and bread it. And I've got these gallon freezer bags here that I'm going to, after I bread it, I'm going to put in these freezer bags. And what we don't use, I'm going to put in the freezer. But I'm telling you, if you got a little bitty space at all where you can plant yellow squash, summer squash, I would, because 1 or 2 plants, man, will get you several squash. Anyway, let's get started on this, and let's see what we can. I don't know how much I've got 1, 2, 3, 6. I've got nine squash, which my plants are still producing more squash, but we're going to cut up 9 today with a little bit of okra, and the okra's done exactly the same way as the squash. So we're going to slice it up, and even if I don't fry it tonight, it'll be ready, already breaded in the freezer bags in the freezer for the next time we get ready to do it. But I'm going to show you how to cut it up, bread it, and fry it. And what you don't fry, you put in the freezer. All right, let's get started. All right, this squash has already been cleaned. We're gonna cut the end off right there. Turn around. Cut the end off there, and we're gonna slice it. I'm gonna do mine a little bit thinner, somewhere around, I don't know, a 1/4 inch thick. I know this is boring, but it'll take me just a second. Slice this up. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the gallon freezer bag, and this is Martha's White. Hold on, let me get it. I'm using just a little bag here because I stopped off and got some at the dollar store. So we're going to throw these down in here. I could probably cut up more, but for the video, we're just going to do that one piece there, so y'all can see how I'm doing it. All right. And that's one whole bag. Well, I put the daggum end in there. All right. That's one piece of squash, and I put a whole bag of one of those in there. And all I'm gonna do is and that's all there is to it. There's one squash breaded and ready to go. So I'm gonna grab another bag, another gallon bag, and put it in there. All right, let me get these out and show you what they look like. Yeah, they bread up pretty nicely. All right. Stay tuned for a second. Let me go get the other bags and show you. All right, I've got the other bag. Pull these out because I'm not going to be able to eat all this squash, y'all, tonight. It's breaded. Now I'm going to put. That's what. See what it looks like when it's all breaded. It covers real well. But I'm going to do a lot of these squash and put them in freezer bags and freeze them. The salt and pepper I'm going to add when I get ready to cook them in the pan. Right now I'm not adding the salt and pepper. All right, let's get the rest of these cut up and get the pan and stuff out here and let y'all see how this process is done. All right, actually this is a 1 gallon bag, y'all, and I've got a gallon and roughly a gallon and a half of squash out of 8 squash. But what I'm going to do, I've breaded these so they're going into the freezer because we're not going to need those today. I've got the other ones already in the bread in here, the cornmeal. I'm using, they call this my mother got it for me. Thank you, Mom. It's pretty awesome. It's called a New Wave. But you know what's funny about this? They come with like a copper steel pan. And if you take another kind of pan, like aluminum pan or something, and put on here, it won't work. It won't get hot. But you can take one of these large cast iron pans and it works. So you don't have to have New Wave pans in order for this to work. All right, enough of that. All right, I've got this grease on here. I'm just using regular or vegetable oil. I got it set on 425 because I want to get the grease up here hot pretty quick. And then we're gonna put this squash on here, and probably ain't gonna take long. About 3 minutes on each side, something like that. I'm cooking inside here. I was gonna do this cook on my converted over charcoal grill, but the weather has been really bad this week. I've not been able to get outside to make any videos, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna make one today. I'm off on Friday, so at least get a summer squash video out here to y'all. I know squash has been coming in for quite some time now, probably 4 or 5 weeks. So, you know, I'm a little late on the squash video. But anyway, stay tuned. I'm gonna let this grease get up here to temp, and then we're going to throw this squash on here, see how it turns out. Stay tuned, y'all. All right, it looks like it's up to par here, up to temperature. And I was gonna tell y'all on this bag here, I had some okra that I had in the garden. I went ahead and bred it and threw in this bag. But I'm gonna use that. We're gonna have a fish fry or something here, one probably in October or something. And that'll go in a deep fryer. So I'm just gonna mix it all together. But when you do it in a pan, I wouldn't have mixed them together. So you gotta be real easy here. Lay your squash down in there. There's several ways to do squash. If you're wanting to eat really, really healthy and stay away from these carbs, from the bread and the cornmeal, you know, I've done squash the same way, sliced up, but I put it on aluminum foil and put them on my grills with a little bit of butter, with no bread or anything, and that turns out pretty good too. Wrap it in aluminum foil, the whole mess of it. All right, I think that's all of it. And you can see, this is how much cornmeal I had left. There we go. You don't have to use that much cornmeal, y'all. Now I'm gonna throw some pepper on there. It'll find its way down there and stick to it. And then we're gonna throw some salt on there. Like I said, it don't take long. Summer squash is good, man. I mean, you can plant this stuff as long as you got like a 3 by 3 foot area with a little bit of topsoil. This stuff grows like crazy. All right, we're gonna let this cook for a little bit, and then I'm gonna flip it, and I'll get back with y'all and show you the end result. All right, guys, I got these out. Let me tell you what I've done. I put a little bit more oil in there than I normally would. So these floated, and it's just like a deep fryer. So if you don't put as much oil in the pan, you can flip them. When you put the oil in there, enough oil in there where they float, you don't have to flip them. It's just like deep frying them. And that's kind of what I've done today. So let's try one here. I'm really good, y'all. Need to try summer squash. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video.